are Democrats also not audacious enough in how they fix the problems? Is that something that you would also put into the equation? Chris, start with you.
I think the subsidy fight right now is a perfect illustration of it, right? Because at one level, the Democrats are on the right side of this, both politically and substantively. Okay. So people's premiums are going to go skyrocket. We've heard the interviews, we've seen the screenshots, right, of them. And they want to pass these subsidies to stop that price spike from happening, right? But then when you take a step back, you're like, wait a second, why is this happening?
Right.
Well, emergency subsidy support was initially a temporary COVID piece of legislation. And when Republicans critique that, they've got a little point. You're like, wait a second.
They do.
There's something wrong with the structure such that what's necessary is more subsidies to keep the cost down, right?
And remember, Chris, so connect that to why that's in there in the first place. Because the reason it's in there in the first place is the program was designed so that insurance companies wouldn't fight it. It wasn't designed because they thought that was the right thing to do. That was the thing they thought they could get away with.
And I think, and David was there, so I'll let him speak on this. But the last thing I'll just say is one thing that I think you are identifying that I think is a broader question is, and you see it in this question about affordability, right? Which shows up everywhere, cost of living, is a Democratic policy approach that has been to sort of let the market work and then do aftermarket transfers, often subsidies for solar, subsidies for electric cars, subsidies for insurance premiums, right? SNAP is a subsidy, right? These are all different ways of, and I believe in that. I'm a liberal, right? But like, what would it look like to make policy such that the prices were lower? Right? Or people had higher wages so that you didn't have to do all the aftermarket transfer. Now, easier to say on a podcast than to get passed, honestly, because you're right that the thing that killed previous healthcare reform was the insurance industry was dead set against it. This stuff is complicated. But I think the thing you're identifying and I agree with is the current model in Democratic policy making tends to be we have market distributions and then we have aftermarket transfers and subsidies. And that takes the heat off.
With no controls. So as it skyrockets, a great example, and David, we'll get to your response as well.
Tuition's a great example.
Here was the Democratic plan on student loan.
Yeah,
student loan plan was, what if we forgive some of it?
Right.
And everyone's like, sure, I guess, but are we going to, the problem isn't that. That's the Band-Aid.